I get what you're saying about Sharia law in some countries. What I don't understand is, like in the U.S., no matter what religion you are, they're just men and women are equal in the eyes of the law. And I don't, so when you have Sharia law, how does that affect the rights of women in whatever country?
Okay. So Sharia law also says men and women are equal in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of God. Many a times we judge Islam or the Quran or the Sharia law based upon the incorrect knowledge or incorrect way that they are implemented. When I was in India, I used to have really skewed perception of America and Americans. I mean, I used to watch Hollywood movies a lot. And my perception about America was just based upon the Hollywood movies, that every man, they wake up in the morning, they carry a gun, they shoot each other out, and that's all they do all day, right? That's the perception I had in my mind because of lack of knowledge and the media's perception it's creating in my mind. However, coming here, living amongst our fellow Americans, our fellow brothers and sisters, my perception changed for the better. So Sharia law basically is God's guidance. And Sharia or God's guidance did not came first time for the Muslims. It also came to the previous people. We say that the 10 commandments which are there in the Bible, in the Old Testament, in the book of Exodus, the book of Deuteronomy, we say that was the God's guidance or the Sharia law that God gave to Moses and his people. So Sharia basically is God's guidance. And God's guidance is comprehensive, it is just, and it wants wholesome societies. So when it comes to women, right, Linda, what does Islam say about, or what does Sharia say about women? First and foremost, it speaks about women as being equal to men in the eyes of God. Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said that men and women, they're equal like twins, right? Twins are equal. Second, before Islam came, before Sharia came to Arabia, women were discarded, they were treated as property, they don't have any rights, they were oppressed. But after Islam came, the Sharia law says this about the women. First and foremost, about the mothers. The Sharia says that taking care of the moms or paradise lies beneath the feet of your mothers. That means taking care of your mothers, parents, both parents, especially when they're old, obeying them, respecting them, being kind to them. That's one of the ways of going to paradise. When it comes to the wives, the Sharia law says to the Muslim males, to me and to Brother Kashif and others, that the best amongst you is the one who is the best towards your wife. That's Sharia law, Linda. When it comes to the daughters in that society, before Islam came there, women, especially the girls, they were oppressed. They used to be buried alive, some of the girls, because they were seen as, shame to the family if a baby girl is born in a family before Islam came. Islam abolished that practice, and then Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said that if any person, any parents, any family brings up 2 or 3 girls with proper education, proper guidance, understanding, proper lodging and nourishment and all of that, they would go to paradise. They would be with Muhammad, peace be upon him, in paradise. When it comes to the rights of women, they have the right to gain education. Not only it's an option, they have the right to gain education. So taking that right, Linda, and empowered by the Sharia law, Muslim women in the past, they were building hospitals, pharmacies, and universities. In fact, the oldest continuous university in the history of humanity, it was built by a Muslim lady. Her name was Fatima Al-Fari. She was empowered by the Sharia law. So if you want to go and find this out on the Guinness Book of World Records website, the oldest continuous university, you will find the name of a Muslim lady, right, wearing the hijab. And then the name of the campus is University of Qarawiyyin. This is in Morocco, in the city of Fez. This was built in the year 859. Way before Harvard and Oxford and all the other universities, it was a Muslim lady empowered by the Sharia law. In the USA, in the state of Illinois, where I am from, a lady did not have a right to go and purchase any property until 1861 in this state of Illinois. But Muslim ladies, empowered by the Shariah law, they were given the right to own property in 14 centuries ago. More advanced than any European, any American, or any other country, Muslim women, they were given these rights. The right to vote, the right to own property, the right to initiate a divorce, the right to work if needed to be, the right to education. So all of these rights are given to women in Islam by the Shariah law. If some cultures are taking it away, we blame those cultures and not the Shariah law or Islam or the Quran. But last but not the least, Sister Linda, in this country of ours, America, if we look at the women and the men, how much do they earn for the same job? For $1 a man makes, for the same job, same qualification, same experience, a lady makes, only a white lady, right? Not all the lady. A white lady, she only makes 70 cents. A Hispanic lady, about 56 cents. An African American lady, she earns only 48 cents for every dollar a white man makes. Even though the law says equal policy for both males and females. But on the ground, the disparity is there. So I don't judge the Constitution of the USA by the disparity on the ground. In the same way, it is not fair to judge Sharia or Islam or the Quran based upon the cultural practices of some Muslim countries.